All right, everybody, welcome to tonight's call. This is Mario Delgadillo. Very excited to be able to open things up here and make sure that you're writing notes and to have as many people on the webinar tonight because our vice president, Mr. Sal Leto, is going to bring some incredible information. So without further ado, Mr. Leto, are you on the line? Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you loud and clear. Mario, thank you very much. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you very much for being available here, getting us kicked off. This webinar is being recorded now. So ladies and gentlemen, like I said, I do want to preface this webinar. It's really critical. I'm going to share some really important information, and it's becoming ever increasingly more important for you to make sure that not only are you on these webinars yourself and you're watching them, but you're getting the information out. The company has really been a lot more proactive in sending out email communications. We try to send out as many text notifications as possible to plug people into what's happening to these live updates and overviews. It's becoming really important, and there's been a lot of promotions, and there's also a new announcement happening tonight. And we've been noticing that some teams are a little bit in the dark. They're not really up to speed. They're missing out on some of the most critical updates with promotions and announcements, and it's just because there's not a real thorough effort being made to disseminate the information going out on these live webinars and updates. So I'm just reiterating that. Obviously, I always feel weird saying, make sure you watch this, because obviously if you're on here tonight, you're watching it. But really make sure, more importantly, that you're passing along this information to your team. And remember, these webinars are always posted on my IPNHQ /update webinars. They're update-webinars, actually. But on that website, you always have the recording so you can get this out to your team. But we're going to get this kicked off. I have quite a bit of information to share. And let's go ahead and get this started here. So first of all, we're going to start off with a bang, okay? I've been talking to you about the global expansion for iProNetwork, and they recently brought on a couple 100,000 brand new customers who are active and already hosting their own live events around the world, starting to build out their own networks and bring on more customers as well as independent sales associates into iProNetwork. And there was a major acquisition and merger that took place recently, and the company wanted their branding and images to coincide with their global expansion because the biggest team that started off in this company was out of the United States initially in 2017, early 2017. There was a huge onboarding of a major team in the United States. There was already members globally prior to that, late 2016, as the company initiated their pre-launch. But here recently, at the beginning of 2018, they made some major advances with members from all over Europe and Asia, Central and South America. They've really become a global company. And as I've been mentioning, you're going to see that in a lot of the materials and videos and PowerPoints and live trainings and live presentations that are coming out. It's going to be a very culturally diverse company in a lot of different languages to be able to support the global network. So the company has a new name that you'll be seeing rolling out here shortly, as well as a new logo. And those of you that are watching, not just listening to tonight's webinar, you can see the logo there and the name. It's going to be iProNetwork Group. So really the only change is adding on a group, which is a little bit more fitting and tailored to what this company is becoming. It's a group of companies and networks and merchants and small businesses as well as customers all coming together onto a digital platform to make this business opportunity a tremendous success. And you can see the new logos there. There's somewhat of a wing going through the O, which is more fitting of One Fashion Global and the huge merger and acquisition that just took place with them as well, so that they don't completely lose their history and their identity as a company. And this is more fitting of the merger and acquisition. So going forward, we will be seeing a lot more of iProNetwork group, not just iProNetwork, not just IPN, it'll actually be IPNG. So that's a critical announcement, as the company wants to have a very clear identity going forward and expanding globally. Now, let's talk about ProCurrency. This is very, very important. ProCurrency is a cryptocurrency that you can use to purchase the e-trader. You can also save up and accumulate Pro rewards that can be exchanged and redeemed for ProCurrency. So there's a couple different ways where ProCurrency is accessible through this digital platform, through the rewards program. Once your time limits come up and you've met the thresholds and the qualifications to be able to exchange. And then also you can purchase ProCurrency on a public exchange and then use that to purchase the e-trader, which we're going to talk about as well tonight. But here's some important updates regarding ProCurrency. Now, first of all, Cryptopia has been experiencing their own internal wallet issues. So Cryptopia has made some public announcements that they've had some wallet issues on several altcoins, and it's affected the ability on those specific coins to be able to make full deposits, successful withdrawals, as well as successful trading on those coins. Now, one of the coins being affected on Cryptopia exchange is ProCurrency. Okay, so understand that the wallet issues on Cryptopia have nothing to do with the side of ProCurrency, meaning the issues are not on ProCurrency's side. Everything as far as functionality and programming and wallet services is functioning perfectly fine with ProCurrency, but Cryptopia Exchange is having their own internal delays and internal issues that they're working on fixing. So what's really important is that ProCurrency was just announced, I believe it was this morning, is when I saw the announcement that they were just listed to be traded publicly available on TradeSatoshi.com. That they're a growing up and coming exchange. A lot of other altcoins have recently been added to Trade Satoshi. They were one of the biggest exchanges that stepped up in support of the Z Classic hard fork that happened with Bitcoin Private. If you're familiar with what's happening inside the crypto space, Trade Satoshi was one of the biggest supporters of that, allowing members to participate in the hard fork. So they're growing in popularity. They're growing to become a major exchange, and they just announced this morning that they're going to publicly trade ProCurrency. It's already happening, as well as a recent addition that not too many people knew about was on Stocks.exchange, which is another cryptocurrency exchange that also deals with fiat currencies as well as stocks, as well as cryptocurrency. So there's several different trading habits that you can operate on with Stocks.exchange. They're now trading ProCurrency as well. They've been publicly listed. So these two new exchanges, both Stocks.exchange as well as TradeSatoshi.com, those are two publicly traded exchanges that you can use to purchase, to deposit, to trade, to sell, to store your ProCurrency on. So there are really great alternatives to Cryptopia. Cryptopia was the biggest exchange that was trading ProCurrency, but now Trade Satoshi and Stocks.exchange has stepped up to the plate to trade ProCurrency. Now, there's a major exchange announcement coming soon. I'm not going to give you any more details other than that, but just know that this is an ongoing process. So as time goes on, you're going to see more and more major exchanges around the world trading ProCurrency. It's a tremendous process to get any cryptocurrency onto any major exchange. It's extremely expensive, as well as time staking, lots of programming, lots of testing, lots of auditing has to happen in order for these major exchanges to list the coin. And then with all of the cryptocurrencies that are coming out, there's a queue. There's a bit of a waiting line and a list that you have to go through, and a lot of requirements that you have to meet to get onto these exchanges. But this is really, really exciting. You could definitely use these alternative exchanges for ProCurrency, especially when you're trying to, you want to withdraw your ProCurrency, you want to trade ProCurrency, you want to withdraw it from an exchange so that you can stake coins, right? There's some people that like staking their coins and receiving those daily, potentially weekly, monthly deposits of Pro currency through the power of staking, as well as being able to buy Pro currency so that you can use that as a form of payment to purchase the e-trader. So make sure you're spreading this news. Now, everyone's asking, what's going on with the e-trader? When is it going to reopen for sales? I've been hearing a lot of very positive testimonies this week, even in the last couple of days, of people making really great profits using the e-trader. Now, let's talk about some recent updates and enhancements to the e-trader platform. First of all, they added a live chat support. So that means there's live support. You can go click on the support and you can ask questions and speak with a live customer service rep who can help guide you through the process of using the platform or answer any questions that you may have. They also just added trade signals that will be coming live that you'll be able to access. Now, trade signals are for people who want to become educated on how to trade cryptocurrency and also do manual trading, right? So instead of the software making a decision for you and placing a trade for you, when you're using trade signals, there's a lot more custom trading that you could take advantage of. You could trade more coins. You could trade higher risk limits and different risk levels. You can hold the trade longer. You can sell the trade sooner. It becomes a lot more custom tailored when you learn how to trade yourself, and when you have the assistance and guidance of trading signals, that takes your trading experience and results to a whole nother level. So that has just been added. And remember, coming after, what they're doing is they're improving the desktop version of the e-trader. They're adding a lot of these features and improvements. And once a lot of these features have been integrated into the platform, then you're going to see the mobile app rollout where you'll be able to take advantage of these features right from your mobile phone. Okay, now another big announcement is that the HIT BTC exchange, which is one of the biggest exchanges in the world, they're already in the testing phase for the e-trader compatibility. So that means not only will you be able to use e-trader on Bittrex exchange as well as Poloniex, but you'll also be able to use it now on HIT BTC coming up here shortly once their testing is done. Now, a quick update on Poloniex. This is really important. A lot of people have been saying that they haven't been seeing trade activity on Poloniex. Well, one of the reasons that could definitely be affecting trade activity, or the lack thereof, I should say, is Poloniex was recently acquired by Circle, which is another company, and there was a major merger and acquisition happening in that space, and that was affecting a lot of the trade activity all across Poloniex exchange. Again, had nothing to do with e-trader, has everything to do with that specific exchange, but you're going to continue to see more and more major global exchanges become compatible with the e-trader so that you can use the e-trader all across those exchanges and see which exchanges work best for you. So it just opens up the door, especially as we expand globally, that the global customers all throughout the world can also be able to use the e-trader on their most favorite exchanges. Now, lots of positive results, as I mentioned, are coming in. Here's a real testimony that I'm going to read from a gentleman named Sean. This was sent to me from a group that I'm in on Facebook, and he said, I've had the e-trader up and running for 4 days and effectively have a profit of over $700, right? Now, at that time, the reason he said his profit was at $700 in 4 days was because he had earned 0.1 BTC, right? Now, what's cool is that since then, Bitcoin has actually gone up in value, so that $700 has also become more profitable. But again, just quoting the customer, he says he's trading with 3 Bitcoin, and every trade is set at 0.075 Bitcoin, right? So again, there's different levels and customization on how much risk you want to do on the e-trader and how much Bitcoin you want to leverage per trade. And so he was sharing a little bit of what settings he was using to achieve that really great success. He said, I'm holding on to a lot of bags, right? Now, bags, if you're in the industry, you know that just means another, altcoin, right? If you have a bag of Pro currency, it just means that you have an amount of Pro currency, okay? But he said, you just need to believe in the system and those bags will clear on their own in time, right? That was his, I quoted what he shared publicly on Facebook inside this group, but I really appreciated what this gentleman said, because it's so true that when you're using the e-trader, if you're not using trade signals and you're not trading manually and you're allowing the e-trader to place trades for you, that's what it comes down to, is believing in the system, understanding that this is set up to build your Bitcoin balance over time. It's not get rich quick. It's not, hey, double your money rate. There's nothing like that. It's about learning how to trade, becoming educated on cryptocurrency, and letting this software build your Bitcoin balance over time. And he understands that, and he's already having tremendous success with the e-trader. Now, a quick disclaimer, this is a real experience by an e-trader customer, right? This was real, but this is in no way any guarantee that you'll achieve these same results. And the market changes from day to day. It's a very risky market, and you should always trade only with Bitcoin that you can afford to lose. Very important to always share those disclaimers. But the good news is that the e-trader sales will reopen next week. Okay, so we're about a week away, possibly less, from the e-trader sales reopening. There was a lot of people that missed the boat. The sales were cut off. The company had their limited release, and then a lot of people now are waiting again. And so that's going to reopen next week. So I think a lot of people learned about being prepared, especially with their pro currency side, on making that purchase. That's why I covered those other exchanges. So make sure you're prepared before you initiate your purchase process next week of the e-trader, and your customers as well. Make sure they're prepared with their pro currency. What they should be doing is they should be buying pro currency from whatever exchange they choose to do so to acquire it, and then transfer it to their own personal pro currency wallet, and then make the transfer from their wallet. Because I actually got to see a demo this past weekend of pro currency wallet, and I'm blown away at how instant the pro currency transfers are. I saw a large transaction go through in a matter of like 1 second. You know, I think literally it was like a 2 to 3 second transfer. Blew me away. I shared that. I recorded it and I shared that with several people that I'm connected to on WhatsApp. So, but that's really how you should go about purchasing the e-trader, and get ready because that opens back up next week. Now, let's talk about the Thrive event. Okay, ticket sales will start on Monday. Okay, that's it. This upcoming Monday, March 5th. Now, this is bittersweet, guys. The sweet part is I know that this is going to be a sold out event. That's always great when your company sells out events. The last 2 company events sold out as well, standing room only. This is going to sell out really fast. The bitter part is that the ticket sales are limited to only 500 seats. It means there's only 500 tickets available for sale. Now, the company acquired the largest capacity available for Green Valley Resort. That was the largest one available. They wanted to do the event in Las Vegas because it's centrally located. The last event was in Nashville, which was closer to the East Coast. So they wanted a central location that was closer to the West Coast. And this was the largest capacity available for Green Valley Resort. And there's no overflow. I mean, they thought of every way possible to expand that seating capacity, and it's limited to 500 seats. Now, next week, we're going to talk about the speaker lineup. Okay, that'll be shared next week. I mean, there's several people already confirmed, like Mr. Kevin Harrington, as well as Mr. John Maxwell. There's some very special entertainment that everyone's going to appreciate. There's some powerful women that will be speaking at this event, some very powerful women in business, as well as just know that, you know, those of you, I always say this, right? If you heard anything about the last 2 events, this event's going to take it to another level, which sounds impossible, because I think one of the best things that iProNetwork Group does is put on live events. And this one is going to take it to a whole nother level. So make sure that you're ready on Monday to use your iWallet funds, or I'm not sure exactly if there's going to be a debit credit card option. Just make sure you're prepared either way to purchase your Thrive tickets for this live event, because they are going to move fast, and you definitely don't want to miss out on that. Now, 2 very, very important webinars that are coming up. Okay, one is coming up this Saturday, March 3rd, with our president, Mr. Daniel Pacheco. You're going to be able to go to your calendar in the back office, right? So you log into your account, you click on events, and then you click on calendar. Okay, and you go to this Saturday, March 3rd. There will be the link, just like the link that's showing on your screen, to register for this very important webinar. Okay, there's going to be some new announcements made this Saturday, and you do not want to miss out on what's happening with iProNetwork Group starting this Saturday. Be on there with Mr. Daniel Pacheco. And then the second webinar is starting this upcoming Tuesday, which is almost a week from now, March 6th at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern, with International Sales Director, Mr. Johnny Reed. That's going to be a leadership training webinar. Okay, so everyone should be on Saturday's webinar with President Mr. Daniel Pacheco. Make sure you register for that. And then anyone who aspires to be a leader, wants to be trained, wants to have insight into where the company's going, wants to have vision, is already a leader, you already have a team, you have customers. Anyone who fits into any of those categories should definitely be on this upcoming Tuesday's webinar with Mr. Johnny Reed. Okay, it's a leadership training webinar. Very, very important. Now let's talk about promotions. Okay, this is critical, guys. I need you to hear me. All right, first of all, the Pro Rewards Plus promotion officially ends tonight at 11:59 p.m. Pacific. So that's in like 5 hours, right? That will not be extended. Again, I quote, it is not being extended, right? That was an additional 50% in Pro Rewards on all qualified purchases made from products on iProNetwork's website that qualified for Pro Rewards to begin with. Now, here's a huge thing, and I want to take a second here to talk about this. The holiday bonus promotion is being extended until Wednesday, March 14th. And this is what I want to say about the holiday promotion. Hear me out, okay? Because I'm going to give you a little bit of tough love and a little bit of leadership guidance for anyone who considers themselves to be a business professional. Okay, there was a tracking page, okay, that came available last week. The numbers were skewed a little bit on the results of the holiday bonus tracker to be able to track your progress. The programming team took that down, they fixed it, and they put it back up. And then there was a little bit of confusion of people regarding the rules of the holiday bonus, as well as people complaining about the tracker page not being completely available until the latter part of the promotional period, right? And I'm in the field every day. I talk to leaders, and I understand where everyone is coming from, right? But there's two things, guys. All right, I'm gonna speak from my heart here. Okay, number one, the holiday promotion tracker, right? All it does is tell you how many people you've personally enrolled, what packages they bought, right? What the total volume was, right? Now let me explain something on that. Without the tracker, right? The tracker's up and it's working fine. Everything's been reviewed and tested by the programming team. But without that page, you can simply go to your own network tree, right? You could have done this all along. Go to your own network tree and just look at your personals. And even if they didn't tell you what package they purchased, you could just see what level they're at based on the package they purchased, right? So there's not a whole lot being given to you as additional extra inside information from the tracker page. All it does is consolidate the information. But if you took 2 minutes, you could have just found that information yourself. Now, here's another really important thing about network marketing. I don't care what company we're talking about, right? Right now, this is iProNetwork Group. They're a very successful network marketing company, right? Super proud to be a part of them. But what I'm going to say applies to any and all companies in this space if you want to be successful. Let me tell you something. You never leave the success of your business in someone else's hands. Never. You don't leave the success in your downline's hands. You don't leave your success in the hands of the company. You don't wait around for people to do things for you. A real entrepreneur is proactive. They're a go-getter, and they'll figure a way out to get things done when they really have their heart set on getting something done. Okay, so there's a secret in network marketing, and the word that describes that secret is communication. Okay, communication. A lot of people have figured this out. All right, the way you leverage a promotion is not by sitting around for 3 months waiting for the company to publish some page for you. Right now, I'll be the first to take responsibility to say that yes, it did come out late. It absolutely did, right? And we've addressed that. We've covered it. We've given updates. I wanted that tracker page to come out earlier, but that doesn't mean, you know, I've sat around for 3 months waiting for that to happen before I took massive action, right? There are several leaders in the company that took massive action starting from day one, and they're going to be heavily, heavily financially rewarded by being proactive and not waiting for some page to consolidate the information that they could have seen themselves. And they went out and they just signed up a bunch of customers, sold a bunch of packages, helped their teams do the same, and they're going to kill it on these bonuses. They're going to receive massive, massive recognition. All you have to do, guys, on any promotion is you call through your team, right? Like I said, you can go to your network tree and look at the people that you've personally sponsored and signed up and sold packages to and see what packages they bought, right? And just do the math yourself, right, on those 5 packages or 10 packages, right? You could do that in literally a couple minutes. See, the way you leverage a promotion has nothing to do with waiting on this or that person or the company do this. The way you leverage this promotion is you call your personals. Why? Why do you want to call them? Because not only are you going to earn the bonus on your personals purchases, right, the customers that you directly enrolled, but you're also matching them as long as you're match bonus qualified, right? You have to be, obviously, to earn a match, you got to be match bonus qualified, right? That's a given. But you call them and you say, hey, log into your back office real quick while I have you on the phone, or let's do a screen share, let's do a webinar, or right now while I have you on your phone, let's go to your back office, go to your network tree, and let's do the math and see what packages your personals have purchased to see how far away you are. You see, there's a little bit of an enablement that happens with technology. Technology is convenient, but it also makes people lazy, and laziness hinders your results. Okay, so when you're sitting around waiting for a page to happen for you, and then you're just letting your personals all just wait for that page to come out for them too, and you're not actually working with them on hitting the goal, you're going to achieve far less results. Okay, this is real training right now that I'm telling you guys. Now there was some people who complained about this coming out too late, and they're like, oh, the company's being stingy and letting this come out late so that people don't achieve it, right? They use that as an excuse, which is just totally ridiculous, because this promotion was supposed to end in January. Okay, and they graciously extended it for another month. And then they've listened to the field. People say, no, we really needed you to do all the math for us because we believe we would have achieved even greater results and we could have done even better. I could have helped my leaders achieve better results, right? So the company has graciously, generously, and in my opinion, ridiculously extended the promotion until Wednesday, March 14th, now that you have this convenient technology tool that does the math for you. Okay, my advice for you is, if you want to have success, do not depend on things like this, but take responsibility for your own business. Go out there and keep track of your own personals with the information that's already made available to you in your back office, and then call your personals and have them do the same thing so that you open up the lines of communication to see where they're at and get them engaged. That's how you do it. Now that the tracker is available, now you can leverage it anyways, but you still need to get on the phone with your team and say, let's check this page. Right, you go to My Account in the back office, click on the My Account tab, then you click on Holiday Promotion and say, let's talk about your results and see how far away you are to get to that next level of the next bonus, whether it's your first bonus, your second bonus, your third bonus, and then teach them how to duplicate that. That's how you're going to earn 2 bonuses, 3 bonuses, 4 bonuses or more, right? The income is insane, guys, insane. This company already pays out more percentage on their compensation plan than any other company that I've ever witnessed in 14 years of being in this industry. And then on top of that, they're adding these huge bonuses that are high 5-figure bonuses for a lot of people that took massive action. So please take my words with a grain of salt And trust me when I tell you, you'll never be successful when you're sitting around waiting for someone else to do something for you, making excuses and not getting in contact with your team. It's about making money. It really is, as an ISA, right? It really is, guys. It's about paying the bills, making results, creating a livable income, right? That's the dream and the rare gem of network marketing. So you take responsibility, you go do it yourself. So the tracker's there. The company has extended this until Wednesday, March 14th. All right, I'm done speaking from the heart and giving you some leadership advice. Now, let's talk about the rules, because it's very important that you're clear on these rules going forward. It's always been this way. I've covered these rules at least 5 to 10 times on these webinars, and I'm going to cover this throughout the next 2 weeks, but it's important that you know this now so that there's no excuses at all. No excuses. Now look, the holiday promotion bonus is not for old customers. It's not. It's for new customers. The whole point of it was to increase an incentive to acquire new customers, right? To produce more growth through the holiday season when businesses go through a lull, right? So in order for the volume to count towards the $30,000 of personal sales volume, the first purchase of that account had to be after November 1st. That means if someone had already purchased a package or a product in October or September of last year, then they don't count towards the holiday promotion. Even if they upgraded during the promotional time, they're not a new customer. This is all about new e-learning packages that started with their first purchase after November 1st. I'm being very, very clear on that, okay? So if someone, even if there was an account that someone took over and there was no purchase made on that account, then it will count towards your volume, right? It's all based on not the enrollment date of the account. It's based on the first purchase made on that account. So the first purchase has to have been after November 1st. If they make another upgrade beyond that at a later time within the promotional period, then that additional volume will go towards the promotion. Okay, so that means if I buy a $2,000 package, let's say I buy a $2,000 e-learning package for e-commerce, right, on that side, then that $2,000 goes towards the $30,000 requirement. Now let's say I decide to upgrade from $2,000 to the highest $6,000 package, right? So I pay the difference of $4,000 on, let's say, December 15th. That volume will be added to my progress. Okay, that means that would be $6,000 total that would count towards the volume because my first purchase was made after November 1st. Again, if it was before November 1st, that person's volume is never going to count. Okay, it was always about new customers, and it's just, I think that sometimes, this is just my opinion, guys. We're all entitled to an opinion. I think sometimes the company goes above and beyond, really. I didn't see them wanting to extend this any further. It's already been extended 30 days, and they want to include as many people as possible. They want to leave people without excuse. I'm saying you shouldn't have excuses anyways, but they want to leave you without excuse. That means if you really want this bonus, you got a whole nother 2 weeks to go out there and crush it. Okay, remember that you got to do 10 sales minimum at $500 or more, right? So that means if you do a $100 package sale, the $100 counts towards the volume, but not towards the 10 sales, right? And that's to protect against any type of manipulation of someone trying to cheat the system to quickly get to the promotion with just like one big customer, right? It's got to be an aggressive approach towards 10 legitimate customers, $500 or more, and $30,000 in personal sales volume. You could do it more than once. So I'm going to move on from there, but make sure you get this information out regarding this holiday bonus promo. Now we're talking about Pro Rewards. The Pro Rewards rebate on all qualified product sales this week, beginning tomorrow, March 1st at 12:01 a.m., right? That's in a few hours from now, is 2.5 cents. Okay, so that's the rewards rebate, 2.5 cents. Now, reminder, the reward value is always based on an average of weekly Pro C fair price in the market. Sometimes rewards will be valued higher than Pro C, sometimes less than Pro C, right? Because Pro Rewards are not the same thing as Pro Currency. This rate is good until next Wednesday, right, in a week from now, March 7th, 11:59 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And a reminder that the weekly request for withdrawals cutoff is always on Saturdays at midnight Pacific Standard Time, and then transfers take place the following Wednesday/Thursday. So always teach your team that schedule. So with that being said, guys, thank you for listening to me. I hope it's okay. Sometimes I get to go in a little bit and share my heart on some of these things, because that's the difference maker in your success, your career, and that's the difference maker when comparing companies to companies. This company always makes decisions for the best interest of the field. You have a new name, new logo, huge event coming up. Ticket sales go on Monday. You have a big webinar this Saturday, big webinar on Tuesday. You don't want to miss either one of those webinars. The e-trader sales reopen. There's 2 new big exchanges, Trading Pro Currency. Guys, tons of stuff is happening. The time to build your business is absolutely right now. So thank you for jumping on February 28th, 2018. God bless you guys, and I'll hear from you next Wednesday.